Here's Papi.
Jimmy, this is what you do. You hurt people.
It is personal!
It's time to break down another Better Call Saul episode in order. So much happens in this episode, after which things will never be the same. It's the end of an era, and I've got 75 details you might not know in the Season 3 finale, Lantern. We start in Cicero in 1965, the earliest we've ever seen in this universe. And the camera here travels 150 feet with a super techno crane that's also on about 75 feet of track to expand its reach. The show custom designed this period-appropriate tent with an opening big enough to fit the camera. And there's a lot of detail in here that's easy to miss without boosting the exposure. The inspiration for this shot was the iconic 80s HBO intro, which had a camera gliding over a 30-foot-long model city. This is all real, but they did stabilize the image as it had some unwanted lateral movement, and they removed a building from the skyline because it appeared when Mike was in Philadelphia. Every time it pops up in the background, they're compelled to digitally remove it since it represents Philly in this universe.
Is she gonna be okay?
She'll be fine, Jimmy. Listen. You'll see?
He sounds, looks, and acts just like a young Chuck. There's the Band-Aid box from Uno and Slip making its third appearance. There's a baseball bat we'll see later. Maybe it's not the same one, but it's confirmed to be an intentional reference from the creators. And The Adventures of Mabel.
I read it to you. You don't remember.
The lantern is an appropriate vintage Coleman, although it has the same custom LED innards shoved inside that Chuck's later lanterns have. At about a minute, this is the shortest teaser in Better Call Saul, and even with that, this is the longest episode of Better Call Saul we've seen so far. Longer than Felina. It's also the only teaser so far in the Breaking Bad universe that's a true oneer. Better Call Saul the episode had a fake oneer due to this digital wipe, plus 2 cuts at the end. And Fifi, strangely also Season 2 Episode 8, also had a fake oneer with a digital wipe, plus extra shots at the end. Originally, this scene was going to start with the lantern close-up and zoom out, but Peter felt it would be a little cheesy and romanticize the relationship too much. It's weird how that works, but I agree. The title scene is coincidentally fitting, but this was locked in as the episode 10 intro from the start. Although maybe they realized in Season 1 that season finales would be more likely to be tied to destruction like this.
I know.
They know each other so well, but she's also deflecting intimacy. They haven't told each other I love you, and now would have been a good time. If you examine closely, you can see some of Kim's wounds have moved. Each morning they put a real cast on Ray's arm and sawed it off at the end of each day. Kim's armband says Amadeo Medical Center, although there isn't one in Albuquerque. There's an Amadeo's Pizza though. And in a future episode we'll hear,
I spoke with Alex Amadeo on the council this morning.
So I feel like the name is a nod to someone connected to the show, but I couldn't figure out who. It feels like this could be traumatic for Kim and unnecessary for Jimmy to do. Look at that halo around Howard. Does that make Chuck Judas? Howard brought reinforcements. It's almost like the Last Supper. These are meant to be the senior partners rather than the others we normally see in the boardroom.
Hey, Jack. Hey, Nate. Hey, Aaron.
By the way, Summer realized that Bob's kids are named Nate and Aaron, so this had to be intentional. The creators explicitly decided that Sir Francis is not a senior partner, but rather one level down.
Okay. This is a situation no firm ever wants to be in. So what are our options?
It seems to me that we have 3 options.
Take it to trial?
We dispose of him.
Not my first choice. The firm could choose to buy me out for an amount that is almost certain to bankrupt it.
Pay him to keep quiet.
There is a third option. Continue on as we have been.
We keep him on payroll. Option 3 would be my choice.
I think we can settle all this right now with a simple handshake.
Would you all give us the room for a moment?
Aha, now I can finally fix this counter as I previously missed this one in chicanery.
Mr. Alley, I wonder if you'd give us a moment.
This is awkward. While he's clearing the room, I'd like to thank this video's sponsor, Zocdoc. Constantly hunting for details, especially tiny ones like film artifacts, was not great for my vision. Yet I kept procrastinating on booking an eye doctor appointment. It's not like I had to walk across Albuquerque to get to a payphone, but it was still daunting to find a nearby doctor I'd like that takes my insurance and has an opening soon. It's a lot of trial and error with bad websites and annoying phone systems. So time would pass, and meanwhile I wasn't taking care of myself. That's where Zocdoc comes in. Zocdoc is a free website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click to instantly book an appointment. From primary care to dentistry, eye care, skin care, and nearly everything in between. Zocdoc makes it easy to book in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers. With Zocdoc, you can filter for doctors by insurance, location, and specialty so you can choose the best, most convenient care for you. They also have verified patient reviews and detailed doctor profiles so you can get a clear sense of the provider before you step into the office. One thing I rely on is being able to see doctors' real appointment openings. You can choose a time that works for you, and you can instantly book the visit online. online. Appointments on Zocdoc usually happen fast, often within 24 to 72 hours, and sometimes even same day depending on availability. Zocdoc has helped me, and I think it can help you. Visit Zocdoc.com/BetterWatchTV to find and instantly book an appointment with a top-rated in-network doctor today. That's Zocdoc.com/BetterWatchTV. Thank you so much to Zocdoc for sponsoring me. Now let's get back to the video. They did an Ozymandias-style tweak to the on-screen credits here. So as not to interfere with the upcoming drama, they pause the credits for the next 4 minutes, and they don't resume until we've left HHM.
17 years. 18 in July, actually. All those years. We built this place together.
In the last episode, he said,
After 25 years of paying full premiums.
and earlier Chuck said,
I spent decades building this firm.
so it sounds like HM was a thing for at least 7 years before Howard joined.
I've supported you. Looked up to you.
Like right now.
I always thought you had the best interest of the firm in mind.
I have. No.
You've let personal vendettas turn your focus away from what's best for HHM.
I don't think that's accurate.
And the moment that I mildly suggest that maybe it's time for you to consider retirement.
Mildly suggests?
What if it's not a suggestion? The first instinct you have is to sue me? To sue the firm? In what world is that anything but the deepest betrayal?
I could argue that you're the one who betrayed me.
That's bullshit, and you know it. This is pointless. Just take this.
$3 million.
The first of 3 payments as per the partnership agreement.
You're not shutting down, are you?
I would never endanger the firm. This is mostly from my personal funds and a few loans.
You're paying me out of your own pocket.
Something unfathomable to Chuck. He even had the firm pay for his...
Round the clock, private investigators. You won.
You win. You're fired.
There's one last thing.
That was pretty sneaky of Howard to prearrange this. Just like in the teaser, they used a technocrane here. Director Peter Gould got this idea from director Larissa Kondracki, who did the same thing in Fifi. Not when Fifi appeared in Fifi, but rather when HHM appeared in Fifi.
Charles McGill will be leaving HHH effective immediately.
Dang, he removed the M already?
We will be forever grateful for his dedication. Do you have anything you want to say?
His look says it all.
Let's give him a hand.
It's no La Posada, but it'll have to do. And it echoes his return to HHM in Season 1. They shot a version of this intended to be in slow motion, echoing this, but realized that the moment didn't need it. Does he seem like a man who wants to be touched?
Brenda! I'm saying you should.
Morning. Close. Gatorade. You need electrolytes.
Your body is running dangerously low on electrolytes.
Gatorade me, bitch!
This is the only season finale in the Breaking Bad universe that wasn't written or co-written by Vince or Peter. And it's the first time Peter directed an episode he didn't write.
You hungry?
And like chicanery, this is the second of only 4 episodes without Mike. I'll be adding a little Mike though.
This one-handed crap is gonna get real old real fast.
Your 2 options are ibuprofen or the proverbial good stuff.
The answer is always the good stuff.
Food first.
We see the time change from 2:09 to 2:10, but less than 10 seconds later, it's 2:11.
You're not feeding me, Jimmy. There are lines we do not cross. You don't feed me. I feed me.
She is a very independent person, okay?
I was looking into our lease on the office. We are allowed to sublet.
Just like reselling airtime, this is right up his alley.
I think you need a desk, a Westlaw terminal.
Again, the need for a special terminal was obsolete by 2003, so really all she'd need to do is buy a PC and the software.
Are you sure about this?
After everything, I don't give a shit about the office.
Really? It's...
Pretty cool, Larry David. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
But no, he only cares about you. Kim's Gatorade sometimes gains liquid, kind of like Walt's Dimple Pinch Neat. And I'm sure we should still be seeing it from this angle, but we don't.
I could have killed someone, Jimmy.
Yeah, yourself.
I crossed 3 lanes of traffic and I don't remember any of it.
Actually, Kim, I think you crossed 2 lanes, but let's go easy on her.
You were just doing what you thought you had to do because of me.
He's right.
You didn't make me get in that car. That was all me.
I am gonna fix things.
We pull the trucks up to the doors, we unload right into the shop.
In real life, the circus is coming next month. But in the story, this would be a billboard for a circus that left a month and a half ago.
We can break down the stuff in here.
Where's Papi?
Just like later in the episode, it's a little weird that Hector and Nacho are speaking English here. But I think they didn't want the headaches associated with pulling that off, especially with Mark Margolis needing to focus on his dramatic performance.
I'd be taking care of all this, but he's good.
Here's Papi.
Don Hector, este es mi papá Manuel.
Relájate. Somos amigos.
The first one has the full United States of America on top, but this one only says the United States. Vince implied that the framing of Hector with the bell is intentional, although this has always been there, and it's not clear if they had this in mind from the start.
Mejor.
It looks like he put down $1,000. Between keeping some of the money for himself and the fact that he was fine with paying Mike $50,000 to change his testimony, this is kind of an insulting amount. Not that any amount would change Manuel's mind.
Váyase de mi taller.
Papá, don Hector es muy generoso. No seas irrespetuoso. Piensa en tía Rosa y las gemelas. La familia de mamá en Galeana.
I don't think they have enough pull signs on the door.
He's old-fashioned. He'll come around. I'll talk to him. He'll come around.
I don't trust him.
Don't worry, Nacho. Mike is clearly standing by with another shoe scheme.
These are from Kevin and Paige. Mr. Gatwood, I'm pretty sure you're getting steaks, too.
Really?
Texas, you are so lucky. I used to drive that highway every weekend, and I saw an accident almost every single time. People die on that road all the time. I already rescheduled everything you had this week, so you could focus on getting Mr. Gatwood up by the end of the quarter.
That's right, Francesca's up to date with all of your little memes. And we can't leave out the old ones.
Go to 11.
These go to 11.
Ah, numbers. It's funny there's a Schmosko meeting and a Van Camp meeting because these were originally two of Jimmy's clients. I don't think she's still helping them, so they must be reusing names here that we're not really supposed to read. And there are 4 mentions of strategic business plan. Kevin just won't stop strategizing.
We'll talk strategy.
Kim's having an epiphany, although that music makes it sound like the cousins are coming.
You okay? I can always come back.
I'm gonna need you to cancel, Gatwood, and push everything else.
She finally realized she needs to take a step back, and Jimmy willing to give up the office is a big help in allowing her to do that.
But first, could you give me a ride?
Where to?
The show built this set as Blockbuster was long gone.
Miss Wexler did ask me to tell you she strongly recommends Schweikart and Coakley.
Paul Donahue, the A-camera operator and one of the pluribus directors of photography, decided he wanted to be in this shot, so there he is.
Thanks for the meat.
And then she says thank you for the steaks.
Folksy.
She's so excited to fire up that grill.
The creators said they fudged at least some of the movie covers to not show the real actors so they wouldn't have to clear each one. Although I can't find any that were clearly altered. We do have some noteworthy movies though. Laura Fraser is in A Knight's Tale.
Did they say I couldn't do it because I'm a woman?
Lawrence of Arabia has come up before and will come up again.
Yet I am poor, because I am a river to my people.
Both of these DVDs were released in 2001, so it's a stretch to call them new releases. The Love Liza DVD won't come out for another 2 months. The DVD for the Mothman Prophecies was released in June 2002, so it's also a stretch to have it on the new releases wall in March 2003. Big Fish is an anachronism as it was released in theaters in December 2003. There's Beverly Hills Ninja starring Chris Farley. His most famous sketch was written by Bob.
I live in a van down by the river.
Darkness Falls had just come out in theaters, but wasn't yet on DVD. In the very front is Short Circuit 2 with Michael McKean playing a very Slippin' Jimmy-like character.
No doubt you've seen these fine chronometers on sale at Tiffany's. My special price to you today, $39.95.
Some people think having a Robin Williams movie here is foreshadowing, although I view it as just an homage. And a former Blockbuster employee claims they used matte Amaray cases in 2003, and these are glossy. I'll take their word for it. They put a lot of work into coming up with a list of movies Kim rented, but you never see them here. Peter was really proud of this scene because he directly applied a flat space concept he learned in film school at USC. This scene is a fake oneer as they did a flawless jump cut here to reduce the time between Francesca exiting and Kim re-entering. Oh boy, you can tell he's in Jesse's neighborhood, which can only mean one thing.
It's Jimmy!
This crucial scene was the first thing they shot for this episode, much to Peter's dismay because he prefers to start with something easier.
I just need to know you're all right.
I'm all right, Jimmy.
Can I come in? Just talk for a minute?
As you can see, I'm more than all right. I'm very well, in fact.
How?
I always told you I'd get better. You just never believed me.
As usual, Chuck is right.
I'm going to get better.
How did you do it?
What was it you wanted? Beyond proof of life.
Miles Davis is playing It Never Entered My Mind, which has lyrics that are very relevant here as they're about loneliness and regret. He keeps coming up in ways that are relevant to the story.
It's like watching Miles Davis give up the trumpet.
The trumpets convey sadness even though Chuck doesn't show it. He's always loved music. We know about his days in Spinal Tap, but he also used to play the Celeste.
No, I played Celeste.
Originally, yes. I love the sound of Celeste.
Something happened, and it made me think about what went down between you and me. And I wanted to say, in hindsight, I could have made different choices. I just thought you should know that.
That you have regrets. Why?
Because you're my brother. There aren't that many of us McGills left.
Gulp.
I think we should stick together.
Why have regrets at all? Why are you putting yourself through all this? You're in so much pain. You're just gonna keep hurting people.
That's not true.
Jimmy, this is what you do. You hurt people.
Who's Chuck describing here?
Over and over, and then there's this show of remorse.
Okay, maybe that's just Jimmy.
I'm just giving it a remorse pass.
Remorse is important.
We'll see another example of this in a bit.
If you're not going to change your behavior, and you won't, why not just skip the whole exercise? In the end, you're going to hurt everyone around you. You can't help it, so stop apologizing and embrace it. Frankly, I'd have more respect for you if you did.
You're just an innocent victim?
Let me put your mind at ease, Jimmy. Things are fine the way they are. Hey. I don't want to hurt your feelings. But the truth is, you've never mattered all that much to me.
That's bullshit, and you know it.
Chuck's lying.
I'm not.
Yes, we saw it in the teaser in a good way, but also Chuck's passion throughout the series is the opposite of apathy. Vince, Michael McKean, and Jennifer Hutchison, who wrote this episode, have gone on the record agreeing it's a lie. This is also a lie.
I don't want to hurt your feelings.
You don't say that to a family member, especially when it's not even true, unless you're trying to hurt them. Jimmy's never going to forget this conversation and could easily be one of the main catalysts for him embracing becoming Saul, especially considering how this episode ends. Vince believes this look is further evidence that Chuck was lying and a sign that he realizes he went too far. And he's looking at a photo while making that face. Icarus tracked down the photo in other episodes and it's Chuck and Jimmy. Should Jimmy have tried harder here and refused to accept Chuck's dismissal?
I'm telling you, I'm not going. And you, you're gonna love me.
Several song-filled hours later.
Michael McKean likes this part because for him it clarified his actions at the end of the episode. He suspected Chuck wasn't medicating himself correctly, which can lead to all kinds of bad outcomes. This part was the last thing Michael McKean filmed this season. We're on day 29. Tuesday, March 4th was day 5, so that means it's March 28th, which is a Friday, just like what the journal says. We can see that Jimmy's visit left Chuck irritated, and Chuck can no longer pinpoint the source of his discomfort. He needs to listen to his heart. I believe it's guilt from what he said to Jimmy. He's not even able to write down his emotional state right now. He likely hasn't experienced an intensity of 4 since day 5. As a result, his compulsions return. I'm shocked he left any lights on unnecessarily, although the truth is it was done to reiterate what Chuck's doing here. Chuck's reading the New Mexico Bar Journal. You can take the man out of the law. This box belongs to a real bakery.
Irene, as beautiful as ever.
What is all this?
Well, when we win, we celebrate. I didn't forget about Oscar and Felix. I've got some kitty toys and catnip.
Sorry, Jimmy, I think they're imaginary cats.
You shouldn't have, Jimmy.
There was something wrong with the helium they used to fill the balloons, so they weren't floating, and Peter Gould was having a meltdown over it. But they figured out a workaround which appears to be a stick for most of the string because you can sometimes see a weird bend. And it changes drastically between these two shots.
Have you given any thought to how you want to spend that settlement money?
I don't know.
Alaskan cruise. You can walk on a glacier under the Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis!
You and the ladies could split a deluxe suite.
I don't think they'd really want to. They're still upset.
You can't let one little misunderstanding destroy years of friendship.
It could just be Jimmy's new post-accident attitude here, or he could be influenced by his destroyed relationship with Chuck that is beyond repair.
How do you trust someone who bends any way the wind is blowing?
Do you recognize Jimmy's velour sweatsuit? We saw it in Breaking Bad.
This beating? Best thing for you.
This time the song playing is Steal Away by Robbie Dupree. Besides the title being related to Jimmy's scamming, the song itself is viewed as a ripoff of What a Fool Believes by the Doobie Brothers.
You should blame me. I stuck my nose in where it didn't belong and I stirred the pot.
You were just trying to help.
Jimmy, you're a good friend.
She doesn't deserve you.
Doc Popcorn wasn't acquired by Dippin' Dots until 2014, so they didn't have these shared stores yet.
Yes, I've shut off all the breakers. The power meter is still turning. All I can think is that there's something in the house that isn't wired through the breaker box, and it's drawing power. I want you to send someone over to find it and disconnect it. I can't wait that long. Wednesday, then.
He's no longer fixating on Jimmy, and he can't fixate on work, so this is all that's left.
Hello, this is Charles McGill. I have a 3 o'clock with Dr. Cruz today. Something's come up, and I'm not able to come in today.
That is not a good idea.
No need to reschedule. I'll just see you next week.
It would be common for Dr. Cruz to call back quickly and make sure he's okay, but Chuck prevents that from happening. I don't believe it's really moving this fast, so we must be viewing the meter through Chuck's eyes and he's hallucinating a bit, kind of like the telltale heart. Or maybe this is what's drawing the power.
Yeah, it's me. We may have a Chuck problem.
As Tipara points out, he has now forgotten the lesson he learned in chicanery. There's the best shot we've ever gotten of this 2012 artwork. Maybe Chuck's time machine is drawing power because here he has 3 books from the future in a row. As the director, Peter Gould said he looked to the movie The Conversation as an inspiration for how to shoot this. This movie was also an inspiration for some of Breaking Bad's Rabid Dog episode, although this shot strongly resembles The Shining. These are extra wall pieces, in part because they wanted to be able to repeat some of the destruction over multiple takes. Here we can see a bit of extra wood compared to the earlier shot. For his performance, Michael McKean based it on the fruit at the bottom of the bowl. Michael said he liked the logic of fixating on this spot because this is where the music system was and maybe there's somehow something left behind. The song by Dave Porter is called Walls. I like this thought of the trumpets representing a sort of twisted triumph in Chuck's mind.
Liar.
Peter said they only got to do this shot once and the sun was going down, but it worked out because it made the sparks brighter. There's some chicanery going on here because these wires have been cut. We get rare back-to-back scenes with epic score, but the 2 songs are very different, highlighting how we have the 2 different worlds in Better Call Saul. They shot this over 3 nights and it was so cold that the crew had parkas and snow boots on. Nacho's G-Star jeans are a more modern style than what he could have gotten in 2003.
Good. You got my message?
Yeah.
You strapped?
As dark as it is, the crew spent more time blocking light rather than adding light.
They're coming.
That's because, in addition to using the Vericam at 5000 ISO, the lot next door refused to turn their lights off because of a bad experience with a different TV production. Hector starts making facial expressions like the ones we're used to seeing in Breaking Bad.
Don Hector, Don Eladio wanted me to speak with you face to face, so there's no misunderstanding.
I guess that's why they're speaking in English this time.
There will be only one route over the border for our product, the chicken trucks.
What's he doing here?
You have to work together. It's what the boss wants.
The boss can suck me.
I'd watch what I say if I were you.
Me and my family built this whole business.
We all did.
Now, Salamanca money, Salamanca blood, that hacienda, I pay for it.
This isn't personal.
It is personal.
This shot uses a stuntman.
Call 911.
There's no hesitation from Gus. If
a bullet to the head would have been far too humane,
then so would dying this way.
No te mueros, cabrón. Cabrón. No te mueros, cabrón.
Early in the season, they got the idea for Gus to give Hector CPR, and that led to this story unfolding as it did. Writer Jennifer Hutchison said this is the season of Gus having to keep everyone from killing Hector because they're not doing it right. Although Gus should thank Nacho because if it weren't for this collapse, Don Eladio probably would have murdered Hector for his disrespect.
Was he taking any medication?
I took these.
Gus is suspicious. Once again, we must ask ourselves, how did Gus know?
It was Nacho.
One reason could be it looked like the container only had about 5 pills left. Nacho picking them up is kind of weird behavior in this moment. And then the different container Nacho hands to the paramedics seems to still have all 12 of the original pills.
We're headed to Lovelace if you'd like to follow.
Lovelace Medical Center is the familiar hospital from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and that's the period-appropriate name for the location that was later renamed to Gibson Medical Center. Although we've seen the old name gone already in Better Call Saul.
How's Relaxathon 2003 coming along?
No complaints. Join me. Dip it in the sauce.
It seems like overkill.
Trust me.
Bob is very health conscious, so he said this was the first time he had a Dorito in 20 to 30 years, and he was blown away.
I couldn't friggin' believe it. Every single one of them blew like brain receptors out. It is a testament to the chemical efforts of the chemists who make Doritos.
We could just watch To Kill a Mockingbird again. It was my favorite when I was a kid. I loved Atticus Finch.
All the girls were in love with Gregory Peck.
I wanted to be him.
Fight the good fight, change the world.
Didn't you?
That was more Chuck's thing. The good news is you made it.
I'm changing the world by helping a mid-sized local bank become a mid-sized regional bank. No luck with Miss Landry.
That bridge is burned. Ashes. The more I try to make them like her again, the more they end up loving me instead. I'm not good at building shit. You know, I'm excellent at tearing it down.
Mockingbird Encore it is.
Oh, shit.
What? What is it?
Mrs. Landry.
You figured it out?
Yeah, but I really don't want to do it.
This was filmed at a community center at a different location than the Sandpiper building. I don't know if this octopus sign was already there, but it's funny.
Hi there.
Jimmy.
I know that many of you are expecting Sandy for this morning's chair yoga, but her daughter has a cold. The nice folks in front said I could sit in.
Nobody talks about the most nefarious part of Jimmy's plan, getting rid of the real yoga instructor. No, I'm sure he didn't do anything terrible. He probably just caused her daughter to be sick with
child poisoning.
Let's wake up those spines with cat-cow position. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth.
That's not breathing in through the nose.
Mr. McGill?
Aaron Brill.
I need to talk to you.
Pull up a chair.
Now, Mr. McGill.
This is now back at the usual Sandpiper location. And yeah, the text facing inward is questionable, but maybe it's because people are heading back to their homes in this direction.
I could not for the life of me figure out why on earth Mrs. Landry would suddenly change her mind about the Sandpiper settlement. You filled her head and all of her friends' heads with lies.
So?
These people trusted you, Jimmy.
Do you have any idea how much time I had to put in listening to their insipid ramblings? The only thing standing between me and $1 million is some old lady's tears, and I suggest investing in Kleenex.
You ruined her life because you wanted your money faster.
Boo and who? It's not like she's got that much time left anyway.
You're disgusting.
And rich.
Vince said this scene is a tip of the hat to a face in the crowd.
You know what the public's like, a cage full of guinea pigs.
Good night, you stupid idiot. Good night, you miserable slob.
He's a monster.
And Peter said Jimmy got the idea from Chuck secretly recording him in last season's finale.
Hey, everyone. Don't see a lot of forward folding. Forward.
Come on, girls. Shame on you.
Even though he fixed Irene's problem, this is still heartbreaking to think that Irene thinks Jimmy was even more insensitive and manipulative from the very beginning. She still lost him as a friend. This reminds me of Walt faking cruelty for the sake of others listening in.
You stupid bitch.
The costume designer said this outfit was the most tame of their choices.
So, she'll go back on the settlement.
I imagine you'll hear from her within an hour.
Good.
Hey, well done in there.
I meant every word I said.
No.
Besides telling us that Aaron was in on it, this serves to clarify that Jimmy did it on purpose, although I think it was pretty clear from what Jimmy said before.
I really don't want to do it.
It feels rare to get things spelled out like this. We certainly didn't get it in Walt's case, which led to viewer misunderstandings. The contrails do reveal an unrealistic passage of time between shots, likely the result of mixing different takes.
I'm real sorry that this didn't work out.
I already talked to my old supervisor at the MBD. Looks like they can take me back.
If we ever get another office up, you'd be our first call.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Good to know. Bye, Kim.
Oh, bye. I think this is it. This is all admin stuff. Appointment book, your Rolodex.
On the camera angle switch, Jimmy's hand went from free swinging to thumb in pocket.
Hey, Hey, why'd you do that?
Because no seniors come within 20 feet of me ever again.
Indeed, so much for elder law.
I'm gonna need a whole new business model when I get my license back.
He burned those bridges, which could be what leads him to become a criminal lawyer.
It's pointless.
You never know. Let's go home.
This shot was director of photography Marshall's idea, and we see him bringing similar shots to Pluribus. Being out of focus is especially effective here because they're on the set, so that's not really the outdoors. The garbage cans were 4 tiles apart, but they slid closer together.
I want to be surrounded by friends. I want 100 people in here, spilling out onto the lawn.
This final scene echoes the opening scene as we pan over a messy yard. And like before, we end up at the Lantern and the Adventures of Mabel. It's quite possible that Chuck was thinking about happier times with Jimmy. Making the connection even deeper is that the book's author ended his own life. The similarities to the Telltale Heart continue with the continuous thumping. He's back to wearing a space blanket. I did somehow miss counting this one in episode 6, so here it is now. Kim, Jimmy, and Howard all experienced some personal growth in this episode, but Chuck unfortunately does not follow suit. There were many moments throughout this series that possibly foreshadowed this ending.
Burning sensation in my skin.
Coleman lanterns indoors, a camp stove. He could burn his house down.
It'd burn you to the ground. There'd be nothing left.
This mofo is on fire. I will burn the whole thing to the ground.
Douses the flames. It's important stuff.
Burning down the place.
You're playing with fire here.
You were a goddamn arsonist. We thought it would burn the house down.
I'll burn this whole goddamn house to the ground!
One day you're gonna get sick again, and you will die there, alone. A gas lantern sitting on a stack of friggin' Financial Times. Now that tells the whole story. There's a lantern on top of newspapers.
Burning pain.
That bridge is burned. Ashes.
Sabrosito also had that reference too. And John Ford's The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance could have been an inspiration for this ending, just like John Ford's The Searchers inspired part of the Breaking Bad finale. Although his fate is ambiguous, remember what I said last time about how the show treats cliffhangers. That tells us all we need to know. Breaking Bad would vary the credits music with each episode, but this is the first time they've changed it in Better Call Saul. They felt that the usual upbeat credits music was inappropriate. I feel like they could have done this in Chicanery as well, but they will do it in some future episodes. Lantern is a great title, although Everybody Wins would have been peak dark humor because that was originally going to be the title for Say My Name. In these counts I've included this missing teeth brushing, this missing rain, and these missing instances of Jimmy saying Saul.
Saul Goodman Productions, Saul Goodman Productions.
Who's in charge of counting around here anyway? Also, I haven't counted Jimmy's schemes, but Super Pro Soldier did their own chicanery count with details, and I've shared a link in the description. Look at that, we've got another wave of 2-year members! Thanks so much Saycap, Dreadintuit, and Hypertane for being here from the start. And congratulations and thanks to the new 1-year members! Sisyphus Agneral for Bobos III, Nathan D307, Paulius Sincora, Code 117, Magic, Grady 80, Rex the Wonder Horse, Pibbs, Veg1138, Rick, the Midgard Chronicler, Fettuccine Alfredo, Evan Highland, Florian, Hamas, Shazden, Sandwolfie, Cheerio Lord, Kakbatu, El Hasso, Max Dagger, Absinthalis, Shabak, Soul Plainface, Paruman, Jonathan Wells, Ender 12, Zozo, Salim Urfaglioglu, Mr. Student, On Landed, Mr. Scoot, A. Walter Weiss, Ted Kai, Fins, Dave Fetch, Omega the Red, Coral Etkin, Random Gamer 6196, Breezy, Valerie Kabik, Surplus Disco, Pond Mushroom, Liker, and Barack Obama. I also want to fix my pronunciation of Seth Cantor. Now, congratulations and thanks to the new 6-month members! Ving Romez, Franco Finazzi, Dam, Lucas Derivia, Taha Tuna, Nivdex Bram, Level What, Nestle Pizza, Ivan Ice, Jonathan Emmerling, Ryan Ellis, Class, Computer Guy, Nico Nava, Gilbert, Medical Legal Connection, Kixie1, Grandma Quill, Jacob, The Swag Cat, Pope Serial the 16th, Pizza No Hair, Lucky Monocle, Cereal, Fizzletree, Rasmus Reuter, Zura, Mike Scalera, William Carmichael, Oraculus, Gitrog, Bastard in a Basket, Steve Hines, Disco Dog Pac-Man Frog, Derpyland Fishy, Javier Oriarte, John R. Warwick, Andre Carell Contreras Jimenez, Bruni Martinez Kibbolds, King Redhead Tue Ming, Georki, Matthew, Darius Mays, Commukate, Kving Shadow, Raindor, Tathan, Stairchief, Fiyuki Cryon, Cap Dimitri, Camouflage June, RSO1, Rhino 22, Brandon, Itzoan, Kixu, Galaxek, Clay Devil, Covers Haku, Hisho, Metro Monkey 661, Arthanol, Aviu, KC, Jeremy Prime, Riley Sheffer, Tom Lev, Twim, Shackhouse, Luna Knight, Bread Dies, Tien Hao Pei, Little Mariah, Tronigan, Hot Joe, Bladed Bolt MN, Percy, Finn Hurley, Gulu Urhan, Fabian Kronsteiner, Cryan Alikamik, Infinite Revenant Beak, Tastic, Subin, Korm, Frazzler, Reichs, Probux, William Barboza, Martin Antons, FB Kong, Fembot Logic, Darth Heisenberg, Cow, Morta W. Telewiorze, Tellerin, Eddie Co 22, and Sean Rajewski. Next time, we see where all this goes with the start of Season 4.